Can I tell you a story? It's about an encounter you might have experienced. Have you ever felt manipulated or used by someone who seemed kind? And if yes, you might have come across a dark empath. This term might appear like a contradiction, but it's a reality that's more widespread than we'd prefer to acknowledge. A dark empath is a unique crossbreed between an empath, a person who possesses a heightened ability to comprehend and share the feelings of others, and a dark triad personality defined by Machiavellianism, psychopathy, and narcissism. This blend forms an individual who utilizes their insight into others' emotions not for altruistic intents, but for personal gain. While an empath genuinely feels and shares your emotions, a dark empath pretends this process to manipulate you, using your feelings as a tool to achieve their own goals. It's like a wolf disguised as a sheep, and that's what makes them so elusive. They clothe themselves in a guise of kindness and understanding, earning your trust and making you feel acknowledged and valued. But under that disguise is a scheming mind, prepared to take advantage of for their gain. A primary characteristic of a dark empath is their ability to exhibit behaviors from the dark triad. These include Machiavellianism, which involves manipulation and exploitation of others, a disregard for morality, and a focus on self-interest and deception; psychopathy, characterized by enduring antisocial behavior, diminished empathy and remorse, and bold, disinhibited and egotistical traits; and narcissism, marked by grandiosity, pride, egotism, and a lack of empathy. Picture combining the emotional sensitivity and understanding of an empath with these nefarious traits. Result is a dark empath, a person who can understand your deepest emotions, fears, and desires, and use them to manipulate and control you, all while maintaining a facade of kindness and compassion. Now that we've set the stage with what a dark empath is, let's examine their characteristics in greater depth. Dark empaths are not so easy to spot because they wear a mask of kindness and understanding. It's their uncanny ability to understand and manipulate emotions that sets them apart. They're chameleons, blending in with their surroundings and using their cognitive empathy as a weapon rather than a tool for connection. The first characteristic of a dark empath is their Machiavellianism. They are strategic and cunning, always planning several steps ahead. They manipulate situations and people to meet their own needs, often at the expense of others. They're the chess players of the emotional world, calculating and always seeking to gain the upper hand. Next, we have their psychopathic tendencies. While they may not be violent, they do possess a distinct lack of remorse or guilt for their actions. This lack of empathy allows them to manipulate without feeling the weight of their actions. They can lie, cheat, and hurt others without a second thought, as long as it serves their purpose. Then there's their narcissism. Dark empaths have an inflated sense of self-worth and a deep need for admiration. They see themselves as superior, hence justifying their manipulative actions. They crave attention and will do anything to remain in the spotlight. When confronted, a dark empath is likely to resort to gaslighting, a psychological manipulation tactic where they make you question your own reality. They twist the truth and play on your insecurities, making you feel like you're the one in the wrong. Finally, they employ tactics such as love bombing and guilt tripping. Love bombing is when they shower you with affection and compliments to win you over, only to later use this connection to manipulate you. Guilt tripping, on the other hand, involves making you feel guilty for not meeting their expectations or for challenging them. With this understanding of their traits, we can now move on to how they operate. Dark empaths operate in a unique way that can be hard to recognize if you're not aware of it. Picture this: a chess player, carefully studying the board, understanding each piece, predicting opponents' moves, and manipulating the game to their advantage. Now, translate this to human emotions, and you've got a glimpse into the world of a dark empath. They're not just empathetic, they're strategic, using their deep understanding of emotions to manipulate others. One of their most effective tools is the facade of kindness and understanding. They wear it like a mask, hiding their true intentions beneath a veneer of compassion. This allows them to connect with others on a seemingly genuine level, gaining trust and fostering a sense of safety. But behind this mask, they're exploiting the vulnerabilities they've discovered. They may use tactics like love bombing, showering their target with affection and praise to create a strong emotional bond. It's a high-intensity whirlwind that can leave the recipient feeling special and cherished. But the dark empath's goal isn't to build a healthy relationship. Instead, they're setting the stage for manipulation. Another tactic they might employ is guilt-tripping, using their target's emotions against them to gain control. They may also resort to gaslighting when confronted, twisting reality to make their victim doubt their own perceptions and memories. This can make the victim feel unstable and more reliant on the dark empath, further deepening their control. The trickiest part about dark empaths is their ability to blend in. They can seem like the most caring, understanding individuals, but beneath the surface, they're using their empathic skills for personal gain, not to genuinely help others. It's a dangerous game, and one that can cause significant harm to those around them. So how can you spot a dark empath and protect yourself? Recognizing a dark empath can be challenging, but it's not impossible. The key lies in observing their behavior closely, particularly the inconsistencies between their words and actions. Dark empaths can be masters of disguise, often wearing a mask of kindness and understanding. Yet their actions may portray a different story altogether. They may promise to be there for you, but when the time comes, they are nowhere to be found. Or they may shower you with praises one day and belittle you the next. These inconsistencies are telltale signs of a dark empath at play. Another sign to watch out for is manipulation. Dark empaths are adept at tactics like love bombing, where they overwhelm you with affection and attention, only to withdraw it suddenly. They may also guilt-trip you into doing things for them or gaslight you when confronted. If you often find yourself questioning your own memory or reality after interactions with them, chances are you're dealing with a dark empath. So, how do you deal with a dark empath? First and foremost, set boundaries. It's crucial to establish what you will and won't tolerate. Remember, it's okay to say no and to prioritize your own well-being. Dark empaths feed off emotional responses, so try to remain calm and composed, even when they attempt to provoke you. If you find yourself in a relationship or situation with a dark empath that is causing distress, don't hesitate to seek professional help. Therapists and counselors can provide valuable insights and coping strategies to deal with such individuals. They can also help you rebuild your self-esteem and regain your sense of reality, which can often be distorted by a dark empath's manipulative tactics. While it may be difficult to spot a dark empath, it's not impossible. By being aware of their tactics, you can protect yourself and others. Let's take a moment to recap what we've learned today. Dark empaths, a term that may seem contradictory at first, refers to individuals who possess cognitive empathy but use it for manipulation and personal gain. These individuals disguise their nefarious intentions with a mask of kindness and understanding, making them challenging to detect. We delved into the characteristics that define a dark empath. They often exhibit traits from the dark triad, which includes Machiavellianism, psychopathy, and narcissism. However, their empathic abilities allow them to understand and mimic the emotions of others, thus creating an illusion of genuine connection and care. The modus operandi of dark empaths is particularly insidious. They employ tactics like love bombing, showering their targets with affection and attention to win them over. Guilt-tripping is another common strategy where they manipulate others into feeling guilty for not meeting their unreasonable demands, and when confronted they may resort to gaslighting, making the victim question their own perception of reality. We also discussed how to spot and deal with dark empaths. Recognizing their behavioral patterns is the first step towards safeguarding yourself from their manipulative tactics. It's important to establish firm boundaries and not allow them to exploit your emotions. Seeking professional help may be beneficial in severe cases where the dark empath's influence has significantly impacted your mental health. If you found this video useful, please leave a comment below. If you have questions, feel free to ask. Remember, knowledge is power, and understanding the dark empath can help protect you and those around you.